A model with 2.8 trillion parameters just answered your question. It woke up only 1.8% of itself. The rest stayed asleep. This breaks the golden rule of artificial intelligence. You have to run the whole brain to get the answer. But what happens when you break that rule, and why does it change everything about how you build software? This means you can access supercomputer power on a shoestring budget. The era of paying a fortune for basic intelligence is over. Can a model this massive actually run efficiently without costing a fortune? And what does that mean for the tools you use every day? You think bigger means slower. You think bigger means broke. You assume a brain this size needs a data center the size of a city. You would be wrong. Kimi K3 shatters that assumption. Think of a stadium packed with 2.8 trillion fans. The lights are on. The energy is ready. Someone asks a question. Only 1.8% of those fans stand up to answer. The rest remain seated. You get the output of a massive model without the cost of a massive model. This is the magic of sparse routing. K3 uses a technique called sparse mixture of experts. Instead of firing every dial on every word, the model picks a tiny specialized slice. It routes your query to the neurons that actually know the answer. It's like having a library where only the relevant books open when you walk in. A 2.8 trillion parameter brain running with the efficiency of a calculator. But speed is just the appetizer. In a second, I'll show you the one area where K3 actually beats the closed giants. And it has nothing to do with math. Front-end coding. Moonshot claims K3 dominates this arena. It turns text instructions into working web interfaces faster than the current champions. It beats rivals like Claude Fable 5 at building the code you actually see. Why does this matter? Code is highly structured. The model can route to the coding experts within the network with extreme precision. It builds interfaces that actually work. For developers, this is a high-value win. You can prototype in minutes instead of hours, cutting weeks of back-end debugging down to a single prompt. But don't celebrate the underdog just yet. There is a bigger story here. The word doing the heavy lifting is not 2.8 trillion. It is open. Moonshot is releasing the full weights. This means the actual trained network goes to the world. Anyone can download it, study it, fine-tune it. Moonshot launched the model on July 16, 2026, with full open weights hitting the world on July 27th. Until now, models this big lived only inside labs like OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic. Handing the blueprints to the public is a strategic platform shift. It democratizes frontier-scale intelligence. Independent researchers and startups can now build on top of a 3T-class architecture. This was impossible before. It is the difference between renting a race car and getting the engine schematics. When the blueprints are public, the entire industry stops guessing and starts building. The secret sauce is no longer locked behind a paywall. It is in your hands. However, there are 3 catches you need to know before you get excited. Stay tuned for the catch that proves this isn't a magic bullet. The third one might ruin your weekend. Catch 1. You cannot run this at home. Even with that clever sparsity, a 2.8 trillion parameter model needs serious hardware. Open does not mean runs on your laptop. It means well-resourced teams and the community can host and adapt it. You need massive memory bandwidth. Catch 2. It still trails the closed leaders overall. On aggregate benchmarks, K3 sits behind Anthropic's Fable 5 and OpenAI's GPT 5.6 Soul. Moonshot says so plainly, this is not an open model beat everyone. This is an open model got close enough to matter. Catch 3. Topping a benchmark is not the same as being reliable in the real world. Day-to-day quality across messy tasks is still being evaluated. Leaderboard wins are narrow slices. You need to see how it handles the messy stuff before you trust it. Real-world prompts are rarely clean. They are full of typos, missing context, and contradictory instructions. So what does this actually mean? K3 proves frontier intelligence can scale efficiently without breaking the bank. By opening the blueprints, it forces the entire industry to raise its ceiling. The open weight world just moved its upper bound up by 1 trillion+ parameters. Whoever leads the leaderboard next month, the secret sauce is now in a lot more hands. This shifts the entire playing field. The new frontier isn't just size, it is efficiency. So what happens when you break that golden rule? You get exactly this. The smartest models are the ones that wake up only what they need. Remember that 1.8%? That's the future. Big brains, tiny energy bills. Next, we're putting Kimi K3 to the test against the best coding tools available. We will see if it can actually replace your workflow, or if the closed models still hold the crown. Subscribe to catch that experiment, because this one is going to change how you write code. That's the full picture. If this made it click, tap subscribe. There's a new AI explainer here every day, and tap the video on screen to keep going. See you in the next one.